Hello from Florida. I am with the great Dr. Robert Morse today. I wanted to come in and talk to you about this new paradigm, this shift that's happening. We're going from a symptom medical-based thinking to a healing, taking back your power, your spirituality, your sovereignty, your ability to heal. And at this time also, Robert Morse is helping the world by educating a lot of teachers, a lot of helpers, a lot of detox specialists. I want you to tell us a little bit, Robert, about what you're doing in that sense, about your school and who's out there to help.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, healing has always been simple. Man's mind, though, has gotten so intellectual that he keeps getting lost deeper and deeper into a world of the fabricated concept of diseases. So then they don't know how to cure them. They've made them up. They've given a set of symptoms a name, and they just don't know where they're coming from. And that's sad. Because of that unconsciousness that we have in allopathy, then we have major destruction of humans. And so the new wave you're talking about is understanding simple chemistry, simple physics, the fact that people have been eating dead animal meat, drinking lots of their milks, and cooking their foods. Major problem with all that. And we call it food sources, but by the time you destroy your foods, either by processing or cooking, it's not really a food anymore.
No, it isn't. So
this renaissance, this growth, has been going on silently. There's been different levels of this, from the natural hygienic movement, the fasting of water fasting and stuff, and having clinics and stuff. I just kicked it up another notch. I went to the fruitarian level because that's the level man is. He's a frugivore. And I added the botanical side of that. And when you add those two to the process of detoxification, because when you think about how do you get well, you first have to understand what made you sick. If you live in the world of diseases, and that concept, which is just it's a concept, it's a fabrication, it's a theory. So we're seeing the same dark agey kind of consciousness with the medical community right now. The treatment of body symptoms by pharmaceuticals, which you learned how bad that was.
yes.
So this whole new paradigm is understanding the cause of your problems, how you're creating that, and how you unwind that. So a lot of people say, you know, I have no energy. Now, these are the easiest of cases, of course. I have no energy. I'm fatigued all the time, but I eat dead food. I cook my food. I kill all the chemistry and the energy out of it. I eat dead animals. I fill my body full of mucus with the milks, and I wonder why I'm sick.
Yeah.
And that's all acidosis and mucus congestion. And just what you said, you can bottom line everything to obstructions. And the biggest obstruction to the flow of energy in this universe is acidosis and the environment that creates.
And most people are constipated, right?
Very
There's no bigger obstruction than that.
all the way.
People understand that kind of obstruction.
That kind of obstruction. But this constipation is within a system that very few of you were ever taught about, and that the medical doctors know very little about, yet all the cancers are in this system. And that's the lymphatic system. All the cancers are lymphomas. So what does that tell you? The lymphatic system is your body's sewer system. And medical doctors never studied sewage. We deal with sewage all the time because we go into the body and clean, which we call detoxification. We go in and clean and hydrate. We remove these acids or proteins, all the mucus, and we rebuild tissue.
Yeah, so we let life and health come in. So what we're doing is actually not focusing on any type of disease or obstruction per se. We're focusing on building health.
Right.
And to have a clean, nice house, you have to take out the waste.
You have to take out the waste.
Yeah.
Like if you have heavy metal toxicity, how do you get remedy of that? You don't take a pharmaceutical to treat it. You have to detox it out of your body. This detoxification was done by nature back when animals and back when plants were first formed. All life goes through detoxification, even plants.
Yeah, nature's perfect.
Nature's
you cannot
perfect.
improve on it.
You can't.
That's when you get into trouble, when you try to improve on nature.
That's it. Like in our world of chemistry, we don't even go along with nature's chemistry. Man has his own theories, and it's like theories. God already created the earth.
I know.
We're already living beings. Plants are, but we're lost in our minds intellectualism. You have to be careful with too much intellectualism because you'll get lost.
To the point where fruit is not good for you.
To the point where simple fruit,
Yeah.
which is what frugivores, in other words, Homo sapiens and primates, that's their central food, our central food, and yet people are scared of fruits.
Yeah.
That's scary when you're scared of fruits,
Yeah.
and you'll go to a dead animal meat, which you have no idea, eating a dead animal, what that does to you inside of your body, rips your calcium out of your body, acidifies the body, putrefies, gives you body odor. You don't have body odor when you're a raw foodist, when you
I
eat your
know.
fresh food.
Just think about what it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if you see a monkey eating a banana, you're not going to look at the monkey thinking, oh, food.
Yeah, exactly.
You look at the banana saying, food.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a good point.
If you look at a cow, if you see a cow, you don't get hungry.
You start realizing you don't have to kill your food to eat it. But that's a big hurdle to overcome because people are so steeped in killing their foods and cooking their foods that.
But they still have to cook it and spice it and everything, and then they say that it tastes so good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, try this.
Yeah.
Try having just a piece of steak or chicken or something like that with nothing on it. Just raw. That's how you're supposed to eat meat, is raw.
Yeah.
Just eat it raw.
Any cooking is very unnatural. And
Very
still
unnatural.
out there's information saying that raw food is not good for you or that you need cooked food. Like cooking anything would add anything to it.
I discovered how simple wellness is. And so I developed a school 25 years ago, maybe, or 30 years ago.
And it's a great school. Everybody should come, really.
Yeah, I do. I have lay people,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
medical, I have chiropractic,
All
massage,
ages.
all ages, all
Yeah.
the time. But it's simply learning the simplicity of being and getting well, and how easy it is. And I can teach anybody how to take anyone from any state of decay, of mutation, of any way, and rebuild them completely. The genetic weaknesses of the human cell right now is at so low that kids are being mutated constantly coming out. Matter of fact, you're seeing children, we're getting calls with children that were born with cancer cells in them.
Yes.
That means that the parent cell was already
Yes.
atypical,
Of
and
course.
did that little acidosis for 9 months, threw it right over, see?
Yeah. Well, we know this on one level. Everybody knows this.
Yes.
I mean, what happens when a drug addict gives birth to a child?
That's true.
You know?
There you go.
We have an addict.
There you go.
It has
There
to
you
go on detox.
There you go. But what they haven't thought about in what she's saying, diet does the same thing.
Of course.
It's not about drugs, it's also about wrong eating. Wrong eating does the same thing as
Yeah.
taking drugs.
Yeah.
And now you have to go into the body, clean out all these acids and mucus,
Yeah.
which causes inflammation. And then, of course, the damage to the cell, which is then called cancer, or whatever medical doctors call damaged cells.
And
then-
when I went to school when I was young, there was no asthma. There was no asthma. There was no diabetes too, among children.
Yep.
So it's escalating.
Oh, yeah. It's like
Each
crazy.
generation getting weaker.
Weaker and weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
we watch the kidneys and the adrenals in the children, and they're so down. Digestively, they're so down. Humans are not designed for high protein and high lipid or fat
No.
diets. That's a big no-no for humans. For any animal, actually, can't handle. Even bears can't handle high protein diets. If you give your dog a high protein diet, he'll get rectal bleeding. You have to be real careful about proteins. We have a society that pushes them, but that's because they're local.
Yeah. And people don't understand what protein is.
Yes,
They
that's
think
true.
you have to take a muscle from an animal and that is protein.
Yeah.
They don't get that proteins are amino
Amino acids.
acids. And that animal that you're eating the muscle from had to get it from the same
amino-
source.
Exactly.
From the cow. It ate
Exactly.
grass.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you're eating someone
Yeah.
and then you think you eat that muscle and that's something you need.
Yeah. Oh.
Your body has to rip it apart,
Oh, yeah.
find the amino acids, and all that waste
And acids.
goes right through the kidneys. I mean, all that metabolic waste from
If it can
getting to
make
those-
it there.
if it can make it
If
there.
it can make it there, because what you said about
Yeah.
obstructions means that the lymph system is obstructed in most people. Therefore, waste don't get to the kidneys.
Yeah.
Or if they do, most people lost kidney filtration.
Yes.
So now what? Everybody's getting acidosis. Acidosis, there's only two sides of chemistry. Remember this, there's only two sides of chemistry. You're either acidic or alkaline. When you have a symptom, you can, from a chemical viewpoint, say, what side of chemistry am I on right now? So when you feel pain, you feel stiff and tight, that's all acidosis.
Yeah.
And then from that leads you into extreme pain, your arthritises, it leads you into the decay of the cell, then into your cancers, then into forming tumors and stuff like this.
depression, anxiety.
Oh, the whole 9 yards. Everything. Everything you can imagine. Medical doctors like to refer these to diseases and treat them with pharmaceuticals, which is a costly and oftentimes deadly procedure for the patient.
And nobody gets well.
And no one gets well.
No one gets well.
No one gets
they
well.
They keep coming back for more.
And that's amazing to me that they do.
It is.
Once you go to a doctor and you can't get well and you've been on their drugs or whatever you're on and you don't feel better in a short order, why do you stay that way? Well, out of fear. And this is a big thing, and you lost your fear, and so did a lot of the YouTubers have lost their fear, and they drove right into it, and look at the benefits you all are getting. You're simply reversing how you created the problem. Well, the problem is most of you don't realize that you're creating this problem yourself. You just weren't told how and why. We live in a world about finances. So we have the Dairymen's Association, the Cattlemen's Association, and you're not going to hear anything but this is good food from them.
And I love this about you created it yourself, because a lot of people would be defensive about that, because then they feel blame. I feel empowerment. Can you imagine you made this? That means you can unmake it.
That's it.
That means you have the power.
Good point.
That is the greatest point. And what this good man, Dr. Morse, told me most of all is the simplicity behind this. There is simplicity because there really is no disease. It is all the same thing.
What you guys are doing, medical doctors only dream of being able to do. Naturopaths are only dreaming because they are now falling into the same medical thinking of high proteins and bullcrap. You guys know what's happening, how to fix people, how to run them through detoxification, how to work them through that. You know how to explain their problems. You know how to tell them just what's going on with them, and I'm real proud of every one of you. You guys know the truth. You know the chemistry a little bit. You know the physics of things. It's just like, it's amazing.
And we're going after true health, which is true freedom. That is true freedom.
That is true freedom.
You cannot feel free in a diseased body.
And now we're getting people like our friend here, Ian, who started out very thin, malabsorbed, and now he's a trainer, he's a fitness buff, he's an incredible dude, and it's just showing you he ran himself through detoxification, we ran him through that, we fixed his malabsorption, now he's absorbing his nutrients, he's getting his amino acids from his vegetables, see the vegetables, and now he is major.
But where does he get his protein?
Oh my God! Again, and she brings up an excellent point. Get rid of the word protein and you'll be happy ever after. And I'll give you this challenge.
You can never eat protein really, because the body is who makes the protein.
Well, I'll give you this challenge. 2 weeks, raw foods. Raw foods for 2 weeks.
Mostly fruit.
Just for 2 weeks. Right? And then go out and get yourself a meal of meat and potatoes and then see how you feel.
That'll hurt.
Just 2 weeks. Go 2 weeks on fruits and veggies and melons.
Berries.
And berries.
Yes.
Just for 2 weeks. That's all you eat. Eat all you want. Eat all you want, as much as you want, but that's all you're eating out of your produce section. And then go out and have you a normal meal of steak and potatoes or whatever, and you tell me how you feel.
But why is it so hard for so many to let go of that old programming, that taste, that addiction, because it is an addiction.
It is.
You know, cheeses, they're terrible. It's like...
Everything's addicting here.
You know, when people are addicted, it's like they...
It's, you know what, I call it one thing, and I've been on the video for a lot of years talking about this, called the mind. The mind is your mind is trainable. Governments know this. A lot of people know that if they train your mind right, they own you. So you have to watch your mind. Now that sounds weird.
Okay, we have to say bye for now.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.